Right, I think this is one of the must-have tools in your arsenal for building, well, any type of building. Now, I found this now. I found it in my local hobby store. I shall take it out of this plastic because the lights are really shining. I thought I should take it out so we can have a look at it. Now, I found this in my local hobby store, Trains for You. Yes, I know, Trains for You. But it is my only one hobby shop which I visit to pick up little bits and pieces. Right, let's get back to this. Now, this is a gasket cutter, is what I know it as. It says on the box it's for doing miters on small pieces of wood. Now, I used to use these on site for cutting gasket to go into your PVC windows and that. Now, it has a standard heavy duty Stanley blade in it, which is great. That means you haven't got to buy any fancy type of blade. You can go to your local DIY store and buy a pack of these. It actually comes with 2 spare ones in the handle, which is a nice bonus. And at the moment it's got the guard on just to do a straight cut, which if we unhook that at the back and push that out of the way, so that's just going to do a straight cut. But if we get a screwdriver in and take this guard off, now the other guard that actually comes with it is this one. I have to watch my fingers now. And screw that one on. Right, we'll put that to one side. Now, if you can see on there, you've got all your degrees marked on that. And also this fence is movable, which I do like, because the ones we used to use on site didn't have that. They just had settings, and then you would actually just lay a piece of wood or plastic at that on your angles and just hold it and cut it. But this one's a lot nicer because you've actually got that guard there, well, fence, which you can position to whatever setting you want, and it will set at 90 degrees as well, which is there, which will quite easily do, if we can see, a 90-degree cut, as easy as that. And that's a piece of balsa wood, by the way. We'll set it back at 45 cut, as easy as that. As well, I have a piece of styrene. I'm doing that at 45 as well, when I get it under the blade. There we go, 45, nicely done. Also, we've got a thin piece of styrene. You'll have to excuse me because I've got the camera up my nose. I can't really see. 45, and that just trims off extremely nicely. Now that, to me, is a must-have tool. Now, I've checked on the internet. You can get them off the internet for roughly £10, which I paid £10 for this. I paid £9.95, so it's good and strong. It will do exactly what it says on the box, and it will. And I don't understand why I didn't think of these before to do these little bits and pieces, because, like I say, I used to use them all the time on site. Now, I didn't go in to buy that. I actually went in to buy one of these, a craft tool from Tamiya, which is this. I'll show you while I'm here. It's just a little saw which you get 2 blades with. I think this is another must tool to put on your list. Very useful just for getting into corners, cutting little bits off. Yes, it was £8, you know, and that was 10. Not much comparison, but it is very nicely made. It's got a nice weight to it. It feels nice, and I suppose you're paying for the name on the side, I suppose. But there you go. So they are my 2 must-have tools that you really should put into your kit. If you're building dioramas, it's ideal for your, you know, wooden styrene that you're cutting. Even if you're not building dioramas, if you're just doing ordinary build work, kits and things like that. Another thing, because it will cut your styrene with no problem. So they're my 2 must-have tools. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.